Hope you all are doing well in this challenging times of COVID-19. I hope you all are taking precautions also. So sorry that I haven't been able to post videos for the last couple of weeks, but I'm back this weekend to start posting videos on my ongoing lecture series of multithreading in Java. So friends, this will be the 15th lecture in my series of multithreading in Java, and in this lecture we will focus on scheduled executor service. As you all might know that in last few lectures I had started to explain about the scheduled executor service, and I had started to explain about the executor framework, and in this lecture we will study about the scheduled executor service. So friends, before I start this lecture, if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, please subscribe to it, as it provides me lots of confidence and lots of uh, you know encouragement to carry on my work. So please subscribe to the channel, spread the word about the channel, and also if possible like the videos and share the videos with your friends also. So friends, without much delay, let's start this video about scheduled executor service. So friends, an executor service that can schedule commands to run after a given delay or to execute it periodically. So in the before lectures we have studied about the executor as the executor interface, the executor service, the abstract executor service. So why do we need a scheduled executor service? Let's say you have some task which you want to be executed periodically after some time, or if you want it to get initiated at like a cron job with some logic about the times at which it gets initiated, or if you want to have a task which is running after some with various delays, and you want to have a return object, or you want to cancel the task whenever you want, or you want to check the execution status of that task, you should use this scheduled executor service. So the schedule methods create tasks with various delays and return a task object that can be used to cancel or check execution. The schedule at fixed rate and scheduled with fixed delay methods create and execute tasks that run periodically until cancelled. So friends, just to give you a better example, let us look at the class structure of the scheduled executor service. So as you can see, this is IntelliJ, the ID that I personally use, and I like this ID. So if you want, you can use this also. Eclipse is also really good. So there's much more, it is more about preference. So as you can see, the scheduled executor service, this is an interface which actually extends from the executor service interface, and it has two methods named schedule, which returns the scheduled future object, and it has two methods, scheduled at fixed rate or scheduled with fixed delay. They also return future objects of the scheduled future type. So as you can see, why do we need these two schedule methods, different two schedule methods? One is taking a runnable task object, and one is taking a callable task object as the input argument. These two methods, the schedule at fixed rate and schedule with fixed delay. The schedule at fixed rate, what it does is that if you provide a value of at which, after which time, after the start of this particular task, after how much time you want to schedule a task, that you can do with schedule with fixed delay. As you can study, creates and executes a periodic action that becomes enabled first after the given initial delay, which is the second argument, and consequently with the given delay between the termination of one execution and the commencement of the next. So after first task terminates, after the delay amount that you provide in your argument to this method, the next task will get executed after that much amount of time. Similarly, if you see that schedule at fixed rate documentation, it will say that creates and executes a periodic action that becomes enabled first after the given initial delay, and subsequently with the given period, that is executions will commence after initial delay, then initial delay plus period. So the difference between these two methods is, the second is the fixed delay is between termination of one task and commencement of the next. The first is it will start after the initial delay, and after that each period expires, it will keep on starting a new task of that particular runnable task that you submit. So it doesn't wait for the previous task which has started to end to start the new task. Whether and the schedule with fixed delay will wait for the last task to end, wait for a delay period that you have provided, and then it will start the the new scheduled task that you have submitted. So both of these methods have different use cases. There are use cases where you will want that the first task should end and then only my second scheduled task should begin. And there are methods where you would want that, okay, even if the first task hasn't ended, I want my cron job to keep on checking from my databases for any new let's say you have a task which checks into your databases for any new notification that you want to send. So you will want to have some scheduled task which occurs periodically rather than waiting for the last task to get completed. So this is more or less about it, the scheduled executor service. In the future lectures, I will go into the concrete implementations of all the executor services interfaces and the abstract classes that I have taught in the previous lectures, that we have discussed in the previous lectures. I will try to go into the concrete implementations of the classes. So if you like this video, friends, please subscribe to the channel and please share the word about this channel and the content in this channel. Thank you.